Welcome back to Socratic Sisters podcast. I'm Sadie.
I'm Maggie.
This is episode 11.
This is Avi.
This is Avi. Oh my
Say
God.
hi.
My dog is obsessed with Maggie. Anytime she, like, if you were watching this and you didn't know whose house we were at, you would probably assume that we were at Maggie's because my dog is obsessed with her and is laying on her lap in every episode. So
He's so cute. It's because I constantly pet him.
yeah,
And he's like, I know. He knows my weak spot.
Yeah,
You were playing Sims on your iPad.
I was playing Sims on my iPad. I'm gonna close it. I didn't mean to bring that up right now. What did we do the other day?
We went to my venue.
We went to Maggie's wedding venue.
Friday.
It's a very nice winery. It was so nice.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful. We watched the sunset.
It's so pretty.
It was perfect. And we got a nice little tour. What?
Yeah, it's at like this very top of a hill, so you can see just everything, and it's so pretty.
And like surrounded by a bunch of other wineries. Like it is wine country over there.
Yeah.
And it's just like these hills of vineyards. So pretty. And then the sunset is a little.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it.
It was so
excited. It made me excited for October. So
No, so I can like actually picture it now because now that I'm like I have a little bit more responsibility in the wedding, I feel like I needed that.
yeah, you need like a little review in person.
The visualization. I need to know like where we're gonna be, what's going on, and now I got it.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, it'll be
Okay,
great. It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be so much fun. It's coming so fast, and I'm so nervous. But...
Less than 2 months.
yeah, I have to finish my vows.
You need to get your dress.
And I get. If that thing doesn't arrive by September 1st, I'm gonna freak out.
So today, a little not a warning, but like a little preface for the topic for today.
Oh, okay.
So I did that episode on reality TV and the ethics of it, and that was super fun, and I really enjoyed it. And I had so much more to talk about.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was like, maybe I'll do just a part 2. And then I started diving deeper into my part 2 topic, and I was like, wait, no, this is like 3 subjects in one.
Okay.
So, Avi, why are you licking your wiener? I'm talking.
You're on camera.
You're disgusting. Anyway, so
looks so shamed.
he's like, what do you... I didn't know you could see me. He didn't realize
okay.
He's staring at you. I'm so sorry.
Okay. We have eyes.
You're all right, buddy.
He's like,
so weird. Anyway, so then I was kind of debating how I was going to break it up. And it's also like a ton of research, so I kind of had to wait a few weeks until my schoolwork died down. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this one part. And so today what we're talking about is the Panopticon.
okay.
Do you remember learning about
No,
the Panopticon?
I don't.
Okay, perfect. So it's like talked about a lot in like philosophy, but also psychology
Okay.
and sociology, and it kind of works into everyday life as well. Anyway, we'll get to it. But we're doing that today, and then that's going to be a sort of like background knowledge for the next one that I'm doing in 2 weeks.
Okay, cool.
So try to retain some information. I'm going to throw a lot at you. Okay.
Okay.
And next class, we're going to discuss even
quiz.
further. Yeah, we're going to have pop quiz. You need the background information on it and for me to go into more like applications of it in the real world and all of that.
Okay.
Which ties into reality TV a lot.
Okay, cool.
So it'll be so much
I love a lore.
fun. No, it's literally the lore of surveillance in general and power.
Okay.
Power in surveillance.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of power in that.
Yeah. Information.
That could also tie into conspiracy theories because the conspiracy theory of Big Brother watching
Oh, yeah.
is like a huge...
And that's not even really a conspiracy.
No,
like
because it's kind of proven.
it's like kind of true. There are certain countries that are more big brothery, where like your internet use is heavily monitored and
for sure,
restricted and all of
my
that.
FBI agent.
Yeah, sure.
Just-
Your FBI agent in your computer, that sort of thing.
Really tired of that lizard sound from TikTok.
The what?
Lizard.
I don't watch TikTok
I know.
anymore. So I'm like
Wait,
so
I wanna show you
weirded out when I hear the sounds because I'm like,
I want
why are
to
we
show you really fast.
Just a small town
Lizard.
living in
Lizard.
So you just replace every noun with lizard?
Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
Just the lizard.
So lizard relates.
how did we get that?
How?
How did we get there?
You started saying lizard. We were talking about surveillance states.
Oh, and then what?
We're talking about big
I don't know
brother.
how I got into lizard TikTok.
Girl, I have no idea. I guess it's just in your head.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, surely the lizards
the
they
lizards
tie in here.
are in there, yeah.
Are you talking about like Mark Zuckerberg being a lizard?
No.
Okay, then I have no idea what your connection was.
I don't know either.
Okay,
I really wanted to share that with you.
that's great. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay, shall we go on with the subject of discussion today?
Yes.
Foucault's Panopticon.
Foucault's Panopticon.
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 Are you crying?
It's really fizzy. I just drink the Dr. Pepper.
Your eyes are watering from Dr. Pepper?
It's really fizzy.
I've never experienced that before.
Really?
No.
Every time I drink pop or soda of any kind.
Sorry, what?
I don't know why I said pop. Soda
the
of any
fuck?
kind.
Girl.
I don't know why I said that. I've never said that in my life. I've never called it pop before.
Sorry, what?
It's spicy.
Pop? Okay, I was like weirded out that your eyes were watering, and now I'm weirded out that you said pop, that you felt the need to do that. Do you need a
Rough
fan
day.
or
Yes,
something?
I do. It's hot. Okay, we're back.
We're back. We have to get Maggie a fan.
I'm not sweating anymore.
Queen needs a fan.
Thank
She's
you.
sweating.
Hey, it's my medication, okay? Gets me
It's
hot.
also, we're on a heat advisory today. Like it's
Oh, we are? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
So,
I'm ready.
the topic of discussion, Foucault's Panopticon.
Is Foucault's the bitch who came up with it?
Foucault. I'll talk about Foucault and who he is.
Oh, Foucault.
In a bit.
It's apostrophe S. Okay, got it.
Yeah. But if you're reading it, it's spelled like Foucault, but he's French, so that's why.
I hate the French. Just
yeah.
kidding.
Well, are we?
They don't like us. It's only
Who
fair.
does? Who does? Who does?
Nobody.
Like us?
We
And
don't
I-
even like us.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I get
It's
it.
fine. I wish I was Canadian or something. I could get away with it.
Oh my god.
I'd be like, I'm from Canada. Sorry.
Well, no, in Canada they speak French, so they definitely don't hate
but like
the
not
French.
everywhere.
Anyway, so today we're talking about Foucault's Panopticon, and we'll get some philosophy, we'll get some psychology, some sociology, all of the social scienceologies.
Thanks.
Okay, yay. And and a little bit on the philosophy or the psychology of architecture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm an architecture girly.
You are. So maybe you'll be like really interested in this.
We'll see.
Do you ever when you're designing, you have to think about like how people are going to feel about the design.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might actually have some connections with this
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I didn't even think about that.
Yay. Exciting.
Okay. So the Panopticon, time to imagine. Get on your imagining cap.
Okay.
It's a prison building design that was designed like I think in the 1700s, 1600s. I didn't write it down for some reason.
Okay.
Oh,
When was it?
Yeah, 1791.
Oh, okay. So 1800s, basically.
Almost, yeah. Old. Basically, it's described as like a circular, like a ring almost of several floors of prison cells.
Okay.
And then in the center, there is an observation tower where the guards can be in constant surveillance of everyone around them, all the prisoners. And the guards in the tower are not be able to be seen by the prisoners.
Okay.
So it's like they can watch the prisoners can't see them.
Okay.
And that's a really important distinction. It kind of looks like the Colosseum with a tower in the middle.
Okay.
So, if you look up a photo, you'll probably see a photo. You'll see the drawing, and then the Panopticon. It's hard to type out. I had to type it out a lot. You'll probably see the drawing, and then you'll also see like a real photo.
This one?
That is not actually the Panopticon. That's a different prison that I'll talk about later. So if you see actual photos, it was never actually truly built.
Okay, so
it's different prisons that are inspired by it.
Okay, got it. Oh, interesting.
The actual Panopticon was never actually built, so if you want to see what it really truly was supposed to look like, you have to go based on the drawings. It was created by English philosopher Jeremy Bentham. And we just talked about Jeremy Bentham.
When?
2 weeks ago.
About what? Oh, about reality TV?
He was the creator of utilitarianism.
Oh my god. Why do these people have so many interests?
Right?
I'm so confused. I need like a whiteboard filled with like all the, or like a tack board with all the strings attached to everyone, and
our background should be like a roll-in whiteboard that just has all the necessary photos.
Yes, and then each week we add a new philosopher and we connect them to other philosophers.
Your side.
I'll get a whiteboard right now.
That would be so fun. I don't know where we would store it. It would just sit here.
It's in your apartment. That's not my problem.
But we just like my side of the board is like all the philosophers and how they connect, and like Lost and Jeopardy probably. And then yours is just like aliens and like flying saucers and shit like that.
I love it. Oh my god. Wait. Okay,
don't get too excited.
No, I'm gonna buy one.
But that would be really fun.
I'm gonna buy a whiteboard,
like an arts and crafts moment before we record. Oh my god, that'd be so cute.
Okay.
Anyway,
that'd be so fun.
Okay, let's get serious. Anyway, so he was the same guy that created. Okay, don't get that.
That was my serious.
your serious is duck lips and the like smile. That doesn't.
I'm really serious.
So the same guy, Jeremy Bentham, created the idea and like the drawing. I don't know if he actually drew it, but he created the idea of it as the perfect prison. The purpose of it was that it would allow for the most control over the prisoners with this design, which should theoretically cause prisoners to behave better because they are constantly being watched from the watchtower. And he even tried to convince the British government that this was the perfect prison system and that it needed to be built, and they never built it.
I do have a
question. He was like, this is it. I have found the answer.
Okay. In order to watch every single prisoner, do they just have like cameras, or can they physically
this was before
see
cameras?
Okay, so they have to physically see every single. So how many guards are there?
So I don't know if there's a specific number that's in the design, but it's basically the idea is that you would have guards. I guess since it's a circle, you could probably have like 4 at each like sort of point of the tower, and then they can see everything because everything's open. And if you look at the photos, like you can see into every single prison cell in front of you.
That's crazy.
There's no like the walls are open, or it's windows or something, and so there's nowhere for the prisoners to hide, basically.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. And this is an idea for like a maximum security. They are constantly in their cells.
Like they're not gonna be out of it.
Which is like not really what we do now.
Yeah.
For the most part, because it's like generally inhumane to just keep someone in a cage all day. So there's a lot of problems with this as
Okay.
well, and we'll get to it, but
The photos are really helping out, honestly.
yeah, so photos are super helpful. If you need to look at photos if you're listening, it'll be very helpful because I can't really describe what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, so keeping on Jeremy Bentham, there was a quick unpleasant fact that I learned about him in this research this week.
Oh no.
He, when he died, he had his own body taxidermied. In his like will, he was like, I want to be taxidermied and preserved.
Okay.
And it is saved in a glass case in a university on display.
What?
It's disgusting.
I want to see a photo of that.
You can look at photos of it, but it's gross. Jeremy Bentham. They did replace his head with a wax sculpture because his actual head was starting to get so gross looking that they had to replace it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
It's really gross.
Oh god. Oh, his whole old head is there.
Yeah, so his head is still there for some reason. It's just not on his body.
It's next to his feet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ew.
Yeah, so he was a weird dude. Again, he's the
that would
same
be
guy
so
that
freaky.
said that in the trolley problem, for example, you always save the most lives possible. He was the one who talked about utilitarianism, which says that everything you do should be focused on causing the least amount of suffering.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But yeah, it's on display at the University of College London.
Gross.
And they bring another fun fact. They bring out his body to council meetings at the college because he wanted to still be part of the conversation after he died.
Why?
And so
what jurisdiction does he have?
Count when they vote on stuff.
No.
They count him as present but not voting. He's like included in the numbers.
What if, since he has two heads now, 1.5 votes?
Well, what makes a person a person?
Oh,
What makes one person a vote?
I don't like this.
Not their head.
I mean,
Also,
his eyes are there.
The head on his body is a wax.
A wax.
head,
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
that's
Yeah,
not
that's
a
not a
body.
real. Yeah, okay. That's fair.
But okay, I mentioned this last time.
Ew.
Jeremy Bentham is a name in the show Lost,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know about his body thing. And now that I know that, the character that they chose to be Jeremy Bentham makes so much sense. Like it fits.
Really? Okay.
And I love that. And that made me so excited.
Okay. I'm a little worried about this lost character now, but okay.
That doesn't happen to him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But like when you think about it, and listeners, if you've seen Lost and you know who Jeremy Bentham is in the show, you get it. It's like at the very end. It's like the last season is when that's relevant. But
okay.
I won't spoil it. But like literally everything philosophy comes back to Lost.
That's so funny.
Or really it's Lost goes back to old philosophy.
Yeah.
But to me
it goes back to Lost. Because you're learning about this week by week.
Exactly. So like every time I'm learning something new, I'm like, oh my god, that's literally a Lost reference.
That also helps you understand it more too.
It does, and you understand like what the creators were going for more.
Yeah. Okay,
So-
I have to watch this show now.
It's super interesting.
I
And it's, like,
remember
it's not about philosophy at all, but it's like to the point where like The Good Place is like absolutely a show about philosophy.
Yeah.
Lost is like a fun sci-fi show. It's very
Based
dramatic
off of
and
it.
it's like kind of goofy sometimes and like it's really dramatic.
Okay.
But it's, oh my god, I think it's a masterpiece. I don't understand why so many people hated it when it ended.
Yeah.
Like when it was airing, people hated it. It's really good to binge.
Okay.
I think it was a show that was ahead of its time in that it's meant to be binged and streamed.
Okay. I do remember my friend in like high school being obsessed with Lost, and I was like,
Yeah.
I've never seen this. What is this?
No,
So-
I love it.
Okay.
Highly
So maybe
recommend to
I'll watch it
anybody. Okay.
when I have time.
Yeah, it is 6 seasons, so it took me a couple
It's
months to
okay.
get through, but it was fun.
I went through the whole series of Supernatural in like a year because there's like 13 something seasons or something.
God.
It's so good though.
That's
oh my god.
crazy.
Everyone's like, I love Supernatural. I love Supernatural.
It is on my list to
It's
watch.
actually so good.
That's great.
It also reminds me of like Vampire Diaries only because it was like very close in time with filming.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were very similar types of shows. And so just
The like occult, like
Yeah.
teenager show,
yeah.
teenage drama
Yeah,
about
good teenage.
occults.
Yeah. But I mean Supernatural's less teenager, but
Okay.
but it's good.
Okay.
Highly
Fun.
recommend.
2 shows that you can watch, both really long but both really fun.
Plus Vampire Diaries.
Okay, I guess 3. Okay, cool. So he created the Panopticon because he was like, I need to make this perfect prison that is essentially able to guard itself.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain why.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So what made him want to build this hypothetical prison? Was it just his values on utilitarianism, or like
I really don't know how it would. I don't know how it
Like
would
it-
even relate to utilitarianism.
Okay.
To be honest,
you just had an
I don't
interest
know.
or something?
Like, yeah, maybe he was just like really passionate. I'm going to talk more about Foucault, and
Okay.
Foucault similarly had like a really specific interest in like less about like the physical architecture, but more about like the power dynamic, and that was
Okay.
like his focus of his life was like investigating that history of like power dynamics and how the Panopticon plays
Okay.
into that.
Okay.
The Hawthorne effect,
Okay.
or the Panopticon effect, they're kind of the same, but they're different. Like the Hawthorne effect is the official name for it, I think, and then people who don't know about the Hawthorne effect call it the Panopticon effect.
Okay, now what is it?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So basically, it's a phenomenon where individuals
be.
modify their behaviors when they are aware that they're being observed.
Mm-hmm.
So this change in behavior happens regardless of whether they are actually being observed or not. In the Panopticon, since the prisoners can't actually see into the watchtower,
Mm-hmm.
they have no idea whether there is a guard in there or not.
Right.
So they have to assume
That there is.
that there is.
Yeah.
So theoretically, you could never have a guard in the
Oh my
tower.
god.
And because of the Hawthorne effect, they should be able to govern themselves with the assumption that they are being governed.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But also the question comes up of like, what if they end up acting out and then nothing happens, or something does happen and then that kind of proves that there is someone watching? Or
Yeah. So then it goes into like, there needs to be more steps before, like more of an establishment of what the rules are and how they will be handled. And they need to have the expectation that they will get in trouble if something happens.
yeah, like they know that.
Yes, but like maybe at night or like certain times you just like test out what they're like when there's nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have already established in their minds that if I break the rules I will get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
This is all theoretically because you will see later
Okay.
maybe it doesn't work.
Okay.
Theoretically they will talk themselves out of misbehaving because they believe that there is someone watching them and that they will get in trouble.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And is the trouble like as bad as like you'd think, or is it just like getting
Yeah,
yelled at? Or, you
it's
know, like a
not-
prison wise, like I'm sure it could be pretty insane, but
I don't know
You
what
know,
like
the extent of the trouble would like get to me.
I don't know what Bentham's idea of it was supposed to be. Like I'm not really sure what he thought of his whole idea. He was a philosopher, right? Like so he's not thinking about like the day-to-day how it's actually going to really work. He's just thinking like theoretically because of this effect, since they think that they are being watched, there should be no need for there to actually be someone watching them.
Okay. Okay.
It's like
kind of
having
broad, but okay.
Yeah, it's similar to having like fake cameras in a store
Sure. Yeah.
to deter people from shoplifting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Or like one-way mirrors in an interrogation room might cause a similar effect.
Okay. Yeah.
If you think you're being watched, if you realize that it's obviously people know that one-way mirrors are a thing. And so if you see a big old mirror, you're going to think, okay, there's probably someone on the other side of that watching me. Especially if you're being interrogated, you might be in trouble for something. You want to be really careful about what you do and say because that can be used against you. So it'll change the way they act, whether they're even guilty or not. And where else do we see one-way mirrors?
Don't tell me. You need to tell me.
The Big Brother house.
The Big Brother house. Obviously.
And I will talk more on that in 2 weeks.
Damn it.
I introduced this as Foucault's Panopticon. So why the fuck am I talking about Jeremy Bentham?
So who's that?
Yeah, well, Michel. He's French.
Okay, so it'd be Michel. Yeah.
Michel Foucault was a philosopher in the 1900s, and he was obsessed with studying power and how power works and why certain people have power over others. And sex, but that was like a separate thing that he was obsessed with. Like, go him, but like he was really obsessed with sex as well.
All right.
Yeah, he's French. He kind of also hated like snooty people with power, even though he was like a snooty rich kid that had a lot of education and power. But he was like, hate doctors, hate police people, hate like government. Okay. Basically, if you had power over a group of people, Foucault hates you.
Wait, I kind of fuck with him.
Right? Yeah, kind of.
Kinda, sometimes.
Almost.
For now.
So he wrote like a few different books about each of the topics basically that he hated, like each of the social systems in the world that he hated.
Okay.
He was kind of just like, no, I kind of love him though, because like I would so do that if I could write, you know?
You could write.
Just write a book about all the things I hate. Like I hate this fucking like, yeah, he was like, I hate doctors, hate the whole system, hate prisons, hate the whole system of prisons. And so he wrote a book called, I thought I had it written down. Hold on. Anyway, he wrote a book about like punishment and crime, basically. And in it, he talks about the Panopticon. I guess it wasn't super popular before he started talking about it. And so now it's like Foucault's Panopticon, because the way that he talks about it isn't so much like this is the architecture of a perfect prison, like how Bentham would talk about it. Foucault is more using it as like an example and a metaphor for the social systems that we have in our society. Yeah. Yeah. He also argued that the modern prison system is more inhumane than like the olden days when people would just get hung in the town square. Which is an interesting take. But basically his reasoning is that now in our current system, the abuse and mistreatment and like basically like dehumanization of criminals happens behind closed doors.
Yeah, and it's not a show anymore.
Yeah, and it's privatized. We don't really get to see what's going on. And so back when it was public, it caused uprisings. People had more empathy for criminals because they were actually seeing what happens to them. Yeah. And so his argument is that in our current system, with us being so disconnected, like the whole system is so disconnected from society that people just don't care as much.
Yeah, and we don't really pay attention as much.
And that makes it more inhumane for prisoners.
Huh. I want to go back a little bit. You said that it didn't really catch on until he said it, or he called it his theory or whatever. That's kind of ironic because he's like, I hate people with power, but that's like a lot of power. That he had a lot of power. To like totally take over this whole thing with his name. That's kind of ironic.
He was like an activist. Like he had power. He was very much power to the people sort of thing. Like he was a historian. He was very well educated, and so he like used that to, I guess, call out the people who were like running the show.
We need that right now.
Yeah, maybe we need a little bit of that.
We need him.
He's dead.
We need someone like him.
Yeah. when you hear someone talk about Foucault's Panopticon, it's less about the building.
It's more about the concept.
It's about the concept.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why there's like a difference, kind of.
I mean, it's still the same topic, and it's still based on the same idea from Bentham.
Right.
But it's more about, like, he was like, you know, this says a lot about our society.
With the smolder?
With the smolder. And he ran with it.
Okay.
And he was like, I need to tell everybody about how this tells a lot about our society.
Valid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you a little bit at the beginning about how it was never really built. But we do have some designs, some prison buildings that were based on the idea of the Panopticon.
Yeah.
Of the original design.
Okay.
So here are some examples. We have the Presidio Modelo in Cuba, which was built or opened in 1936. It did not use Bentham's exact plans, but it was pretty much exactly what you'd imagine the Panopticon to look like if it had been built.
Okay.
Basically, if you look up a picture of it, you'll see a real photo, and it's probably a photo of this prison. And it was not successful as a prison due to severe overcrowding, hunger strikes, and riots from the prisoners.
So it did not work.
No, it did not work. Bentham's intention with the original design was to make a prison that allowed for maximum surveillance with minimal guard presence. But in this example in Cuba, the lack of guards with the inmates led to a huge lack of control and ultimately led to the riots that caused the prison to shut down.
Okay.
It was abandoned for a while, and now it's a museum. And like a part of it's used as like a school, and it's a like a research
That's cool.
facility. It's marked as like a historical landmark. Even older than that, we have the Stateville Penitentiary. Penitentiary?
Yeah,
Penitentiary.
that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, in Illinois. So a little closer to home. Also not quite considered to be a true Panopticon design, but it's very similar with the circular design and the watchtower in the middle. And it opened in 1925.
Okay.
So,
just like
11 years before the last one.
Okay.
And the minimum security portion remains open, but the, quote, roundhouse, which is the building that was inspired by the Panopticon, closed in 2016, which is not...
That's
like
only,
kind of recent.
That's only like 9 years ago.
Due to health and safety concerns. And it was the last, I believe it was the last Panopticon-ish prison in the U.S.
So that one was open from 1930s to 2016?
1920s to 2016.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was closed because of health and safety concerns.
Oh, it was for sure haunted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've heard a lot of just prisons in general are haunted though. Yeah.
Oh, I did read this prison was also used, not this building, but in the same prison campus was used to execute prisoners on death row in the area.
Oh, okay.
Including John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, yeah. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, isn't that the clown guy?
The clown guy, yeah.
So,
scary.
Fun fact.
He was scary. Fun.
So I bet he was haunting it.
Probably. Oh my god, that's the worst kind of oh my god. Can you imagine in your cell you have nowhere to go and he's just like chilling there? He's like, hey,
scary.
You want to die?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You know, he was a scary one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The John Howard Association, which is like a group that talks about prisons, I don't know, and said that the building seemed to have been perfectly engineered to induce extreme aggravation, anxiety, and stress among inmates and staff, though it was reopened during the COVID pandemic to house sick inmates. Which caused a lot of angry loved ones of the inmates to be like, what the fuck? I thought this building wasn't safe.
Yeah.
And you're putting our sick family members in there. That makes sense. In like an attempt to isolate them.
Right. It's probably like a quarantine kind of situation. Yeah, but like that's
put them in the most inhumane building in the prison. That makes sense. Sure.
Yikes. I feel like I heard about that at some point of like them moving them. Yeah.
The main reason why these examples aren't considered true Panopticon designs is because the guards are visible in the towers.
Oh, okay.
From what I could see.
Right.
So, like, the main purpose of the design and what causes the Hawthorne effect is that the prisoners are not supposed to know when they're being watched or when they are not being watched.
Right.
They need to not be able to see whether there's a guard in the tower for the Hawthorne effect to be activated, so they will always act as if there's a guard watching them.
Mm-hmm.
So
in this case, yeah, it doesn't really do anything.
But also it's very likely that Bentham's theory in why he created it was just incorrect. And
like it just didn't work.
Yeah, and that the design actually just causes more separation between the two classes, the inmates and the guards, and that causes more animosity between them, which riles up the like anger in the inmates and then causes fights. And then there's no guard in there to stop the fights.
They're like, stop it, don't do that,
Stop the violence,
stop the violence.
Oh my god,
iconic.
Brittany could have stopped them.
Stop the violence.
Anyway, so they kind of fucked those up. I don't think they build prisons like that anymore.
No, I mean, I don't know, but I doubt it.
No.
I really doubt it. Because if it didn't work for a lot of reasons, I don't think they would stay with that blueprint.
You'd think.
You know?
But there's also, like, arguments against all of the ones, especially in the U.S. Like, we have some terrible prison designs.
Yeah, 100%.
Just terrible, inhumane, like, still sort of meant to have the same sort of control over
power,
like the same power and the separation between guards and inmates, but it just causes more anger and frustration. And so there's a lot that needs to be explored still in the like psychological effects. It's not necessarily that these people are just aggressive and can't like need hard control. It's just that you are treating them like animals, and that's obviously not going to make them happy. Yeah,
and disrespect is never like a thing that makes someone happy.
No,
you know,
obviously.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Regardless of what they might have done to be there, they are still a person. And if your goal is to have them go through their sentence with the least trouble possible happening in the building, the way to do that is not to design it so that they will be more upset and angry with each other.
Right. I also do feel like, so this is a whole other philosophy kind of topic of like, no matter what the person did to be in the prison or whatever, to like be sentenced, is it still like, should you still treat them as like a person, like if they murdered a ton of people? And a lot of people,
I think it's tricky for
and a lot of people like disagree with the death penalty, because they're like, oh, that's not fair, like whatever. And so I really don't know where I stand on that, but it's a very tricky philosophy, and
it's a morally difficult problem to work through, especially when like I said, we're so disconnected from the prison system. It's like someone commits a crime, they get caught, and they're whisked away, and like who knows what happens to them.
Yeah, where did Luigi go? We haven't heard about him in a long time.
I'm sure we know where he is.
Yeah, but I haven't heard about him.
Yeah.
What if he's like sad?
I feel like he's probably thriving, to be honest. He gets so much fan mail.
Yeah, I'm sure. If they let him have it.
Didn't he like release something on his birthday? He like released a list of his favorite things or something.
I have no idea. I don't think I heard about that.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I have to look that up. Okay. I need to send him something.
I think there was like something about like I might be totally making this up, but like the prison having to confiscate like photos of women that like
naked photos
that they were sending in to Luigi.
Hey,
Yes.
And then this is a whole thing of like, if he's hot, is he a criminal? I don't know.
There's
like, what?
there's again a really morally difficult situation of like, if a criminal's hot, are we allowed to admit it? Panopticon design has inspired some prisons, but they have all since been shut down.
Okay.
But could the design still be applicable to other types of buildings? Perhaps. Specifically buildings that require some balance of power for its functions to work smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Like a school?
For example, schools.
Yeah.
You may have heard that schools and prisons are sometimes designed similarly.
They are, yeah.
And that is absolutely on purpose.
Yeah.
Many believed schools required like a similar power imbalance to be able to function properly. So students don't usually have control over what they do or where they go or who they're with. Teachers and staff are the ones keeping them in line and correcting behaviors and like teaching, but there's a huge power dynamic between students and staff, and a big part of staff remaining in control is surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like our high school, if you picture our high school,
I picture it.
Looked fairly prison-like.
Yeah.
They actually used a design that is very popular in prisons. Where you have a big central area and then long hallways that jet off the sides of the central area.
Wait, that's
because
crazy.
that allows guards, or in this case, staff members, to stand in the big central area and be able to see down the hallways.
Damn.
Yeah.
And every like office was like in that main area.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm sure like when I was there, I was like, this is very prison like, whatever. But like, it was really like.
They cutesied it up. Like they made it look a little nicer than that.
They also have, since we've been there, have like redone the main area, and I can't remember what it looks like now, but.
They've done that with almost every school. I think at least in like the state, but maybe like nationwide because of security. So the entrances into schools a lot of them have changed because they have like key fob entry now, so that staff are able to get in, but if a visitor wants to come in, they have to buzz in and like be let inside the building.
Very hospital of them, honestly.
Yeah, that's just for safety.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed that too.
Whoa, that's crazy.
But that's not a surveillance thing. That's just like, I guess it is, but it's not on the students. It's for outside people coming in.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably also easier to see everyone during passing time and everything. Oh yeah, like what's happening. But
totally. And it does make it harder for students to like leave, like sneak out and try to sneak back in if they can't open.
I don't know. There's a lot of doors in that building.
They did have a lot of doors. I'll get to that.
Okay.
Maybe. Anyway, so in the middle there was a huge open space, and that was the cafeteria. And above, there was a big window from the library that overlooked the cafeteria. That window is designed to be a watchtower of sorts.
Interesting.
A lot of the time I would see the principal just sitting at or like a staff member just standing at that window and watching everybody walking below them.
I loved sitting up there. I liked watching people at lunch.
Students would sit there, and it's still like someone's always watching. Someone's there, and there's also like staff members everywhere, like in the hallways and watching what's going on, which is not a bad thing.
The teacher's lounge was really, really close to the cafeteria.
That's true. Yeah, it was right off the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's staff members wandering the halls, making sure kids aren't sneaking out. And when I was there, they put in cameras, like in my senior year, which I think was also related to the safety initiative of like just making the school safer for students.
Yeah.
But I remember everyone being so pissed because we had like just learned about Big Brother, and we're like, they're trying to watch us, they're trying to catch us doing shit. Well, and like they still had like that one bathroom that kids were always vaping in. And,
that one bathroom that they just couldn't get people to stop.
And it's a cloud, and you're like, it smells like watermelon.
That was more common, I think, with your age. I don't think we got into vaping until like maybe my senior year.
Yeah. No, it was a problem.
We had a lot of weed.
Someone like etched into the bathroom sign like vape room instead of the like bathroom.
Oh my god, what? Was it the one near the gym?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah,
You know
yeah.
exactly what I'm
Yeah,
talking
that
about.
one makes a lot of sense. I never went into that one because there was always someone doing drugs.
Yes.
Some kind of drugs.
Because it's away from the central area and away from all the classrooms, so there's not much movement ever happening over there.
True.
So people feel, or students feel like that's somewhere that they can hide to do bad stuff.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. But all of those things, like the cameras and the staff members, they give the students the impression that they are under constant surveillance, which influences their behavior. So if my friends wanted to sneak off campus for lunch, I would be hesitant because I knew that there was usually a staff member guarding the student parking lot during lunches to make sure students.
There was always that same guy too.
Yeah, make sure students aren't trying to sneak out.
I got caught sometimes
Exactly.
because I would go. Well, I'd be like wanting to go to. I went to a McDonald's or something with this one guy that I was seeing, and we were like, "Let's go!" And we came back, and he's like, "Where are you coming from?" And I was like, "Nowhere."
And it's so obvious because like there's one car pulling into the parking lot.
I
All
still
you
have
have to do
nightmares.
is look out a window and you can see. Students have so much like gall.
Oh my god.
They think you can't.
I mean,
see
I was a
stuff.
senior. I really did not care. I was
No,
like
so
so
true.
done. So I was like,
And then
sorry.
and then other students hear those stories and
Yeah.
they hear, oh, I got in trouble for doing this at this point
Mm-hmm.
because there's always this person guarding the door that I'm not even gonna bother
Yeah.
trying to sneak out because I've already decided that there is somebody there who will catch me,
Yeah.
even if there is nobody there.
And at one point, I think we had certain slips for people who had like early release or something so that they could
Yeah, we
tell. And so I think some people started printing those out and was like, oh no, I have early release. Like I'm not coming back. I swear, blah, blah, blah. And they just leave school. So that was a big thing of them just making those slips or whatever.
funny.
And then I also... on to nightmares. I have nightmares all the time where I don't have a parking pass for that parking lot, for the student parking lot, even though I always did when I had a car. And I've had to like park there and then go to my class, and then I'd come back and my car was gone.
I got a ticket.
I know.
Off, like in the neighborhood once because I parked like an inch too close to a mailbox, and the people that lived in the neighborhood were so mad that all the kids were parking in there, which like
Yeah.
fair,
So fair. Yeah.
But you live right next to a high school.
That sounds like a you problem.
And I got a ticket, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. It was fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Anyways.
Anyway, yeah. So that presence of surveillance is there, so it's gonna deter me from breaking the rules because I've decided that there is, like, from my experience, there is always a guard there.
Yeah.
So why would I even bother trying to break the rule if I'm just gonna get in trouble? It's just so, like, the connections between prison and school is, like, so there. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because if you just let kids run rampant in a school, bad shit's gonna happen.
Oh, for sure.
So,
Shit
like,
happens anyways, though.
yes.
You know?
Yeah. So,
But
I
it
don't
would
know.
be even worse.
Yeah. There's also the way that classroom desks are arranged, which can change a lot about how comfortable the students are.
Okay.
That's why for testing, they put everyone in rows
He just yawned.
facing the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you see the teacher facing you directly, you're going to be like, oh yeah, if I try to cheat, they're going to literally see me do it.
Yeah.
And they see any movement. If you're in like perfect rows and you move to the side at all or like trying to talk to anybody, they will see it.
Yeah.
So that is by design. Like you come in on testing day and all the desks are different.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. That's so funny because I remember my most strict class. He was my favorite teacher, but it was the most strict class. It was my AP Lit, I think. And our desks were always in those rows. No matter like what class I had with him, it was that specific teacher that always had them in those rows. And then some of my other classes, like in the portables or something, I would have like AP Gov, and that was more like in little islands.
Yeah,
of
I feel like
desks, you know?
most of my classes, at least the ones where we needed to work together.
Mm-hmm.
We were in tables.
Mm-hmm.
But then, at least in my senior inquiry class, we changed the tables all the time.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we were in rows if we were taking a test. Sometimes because we learned about psychology and like stuff like that. So they expected us to like we all know why the desks are this way today.
Yeah. So you know what's gonna happen that day.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And so it's like we know it's a test day. We know they're going to be watching us. We know we're going to be under heavy surveillance versus like we're in our regular groups because we're just like talking about the book we're reading. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
oh my gosh.
the stakes matter. And now we have a digital version of that, of the instructor watching you take the test.
Yeah, the proctored.
Yeah, my college instructors can see my activity on the like website that has all of our school stuff on it.
Oh.
They can see exactly how much time you've spent on each page.
Oh.
So if I like haven't opened the link to the textbook and I get 100% on the quiz,
oh no.
they're gonna be like, something's fishy here.
Can they see if you like control find or something? Can you control find for your textbook?
Oh, I think that's fine. Oh, you're still using the book.
You're still using the book. Okay.
Yeah, I think
that's
fine.
good. That's nice.
I think also a lot of the time when you're taking a test, they can see if you're switching tabs. And so there's an assumption like if it's a closed book test,
you shouldn't be doing any of that. Yeah.
Don't do any of that stuff. But this, is this surveillance actually effective in deterring cheating, or do strict rules just make students get more creative with how they cheat? Because now there's like those AI things that you can just like screenshot the question and it automatically tells you the answer.
Which is crazy to me. I never had AI and I don't know how to use it. I'm kind of like an old person where I'm like, I don't want to use it.
Though.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I guess.
But there are literally like plugins that you can get that I'm not enforcing this.
We are in no way saying to cheat.
No. But there are plugins that you can get that make it very easy.
Yeah.
Where you literally just like activate it on your test and it'll give you the answer to every question.
That's crazy.
Because all the tests are online now too. So
yeah,
it's
and they're reused a lot of the time.
Yeah. It's wild. But like I hold the philosophy that strict parents make sneaky children.
Yeah, for sure.
So is there like a similarity there with like us being overly strict about cheating and stuff? And like if you're on an online class, always having to have your camera on. Or like in COVID, like everyone had to have their cameras on all the time. Sometimes you had to have your microphone on the whole time.
That's
so that
annoying.
like you know, so that they know people aren't like feeding you the answers or whatever. It's like insane. And like, is all of that extra surveillance just making people want to cheat more, or like making it so that they have to be more creative and sneaky?
Yeah, I would say so. I totally agree with the strict parents make sneaky kids. Like I plan to be like, I don't know, like decently strict, but not like there's a balance.
Line. Yeah, absolutely.
That you need to do.
And I think it's similar
to
with
be respected.
Students. So the same goes for office buildings. You work in an office building.
I do.
What does your office look like?
You're not gonna like it.
Tell me.
It's a circle.
It's a circle?
Kind of. So when you walk in, there you have the stairs to go upstairs. But I work downstairs. My area is just like an open little work area. It's just like two of us, and then like my boss has her office. But if you go left, there's this like half circle of desks, of like cubicles, and then upstairs it mimics the same thing. So
weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. It was weird to get used to, but it's a really small building.
So there's often a design of low-level employees, which would be you, because you're not management, in an open room together, while managers work in separate offices, separated from their employees.
Yeah.
This could potentially create a similar animosity between them, because let's like, especially if there's a window and like they can see what you're doing, but you can't see what they're doing necessarily,
Like
unless
a
you like
one-way
turn
window
around or like just the way that the desks are
like
placed.
Yeah.
It's a weird like your boss is always watching sort of thing, and like making sure that you're on task and not playing solitaire. Or watching the Big Brother feeds.
See, I do watch the Big Brother feeds during work, but I'm allowed to because I'm allowed to have like a podcast on or anything as long as I'm not in a meeting. Like I'm allowed to listen to things in the background.
Your job is so lenient.
I know.
So this doesn't really work, but
I love my job.
Listeners, sound off in the comments if your office has a like a
lets
design.
you listen to if it has a weird design.
Yeah, because that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
If there's like a your boss can see you but you can't see them, like that's where it gets weird. And like,
yeah, that is a little weird.
I want to touch really quickly on the theory. It's kind of a conspiracy theory, maybe it's true, I don't know, that cops or like people in similar occupations where there's like a power imbalance wear sunglasses as an intimidation tactic.
I've heard that too.
I couldn't find anything on I looked it up and I was like, is this a real thing?
Right.
Everyone was like, maybe, but also they're outside a lot in the sun, so
you
that
can't
could also
really
just
like
be why.
confirm it.
Yeah. But so it's like totally possible, and if it's true, even if they're not doing it on purpose, the intimidation is there, and if they're dark enough, like
you can't see their eyes,
can't see where they're looking, and so that's a similar Panopticon effect, because you can't tell where they're looking. You can't tell if they're even watching you, but you have to assume that they are.
Yeah,
especially if you're in a potential like arrest situation where like everything that you do can be used against you.
That's a great example. I would have never thought about that.
Yeah. It's just like little things everywhere. Also like the internet, your information is everywhere.
Yeah, people can really find it anywhere.
Yeah,
if you put it all out there. How
to make a humane prison.
Oh yes,
so we're
Step
talking
1.
Yeah, we're gonna talk less about the prison as a metaphor and more on like the ethics for a second.
Okay.
So there's been a recent shift of prioritizing prison designs being humane rather than just focusing on how best to control the inmates. Not so much in the US, but in other countries like Norway, for example.
I've heard Norway has great jails.
And like all of the Scandinavian countries are kind of like following suit.
Yeah.
You might have heard about Halden Prison in Norway, which opened in 2010. It's been called the most humane prison, and its focus is on rehabilitation instead of punishment.
I love that.
Yeah, which I think is very important.
I want to see the statistics on how,
like, if it's working.
Yeah, how successful it is.
Yeah, I think it'll take a little bit more time.
I guess it only has been like 15 years.
It's a maximum security prison, which I assume sort of means that the people there have long sentences, and so we won't really see the full effect of this sort of thing for a while. But
yeah, that makes sense. But of course, the U.S. government doesn't want to pull out money for that.
No. They focus on cheap and powerful. As they do in most things. Yeah. So I don't see prisons like this being popular in the US.
No, I don't see that either.
Maybe in some of like the really liberal cities, but even then, like, I don't see the funding.
Exactly. Like, they'd need the funding to do that. And they don't have it. They barely have funding as is. So yeah.
But they literally have like fully trained staff. They have like psychologists, they have teachers, they have like jobs that they can do, and they have people to work with in those jobs. They have their guards are also certified as social workers. And they had to do extra training to be able to do that. Which is incredible because like, yes, they have a job to do as guards, but part of being in charge of a group of people in general, but like especially a group of people that need some like help and rehabilitation, it's so important to have that education of how the human like mind works.
And they're
like
not just
the
using
struggles.
their power to
and like understand that they are a person and they're struggling, and maybe there are ways that we can help them to live a normal life after. So I think that's really great. And the architect said that the punishment of prison should be the loss of freedom, not
the loss of humanity.
Exactly. Like not the everyday life being terrible. Which has like studies have shown recidivism, going back into prison after you're released, is much higher, or it's like not, okay, I'm butchering this, but there are studies on this. I just don't know the exact wording of it. The harshness of the sentence has nothing to do with whether they stay out of prison. It doesn't scare people straight. That's not a thing that happens. Surely there are some people who go to prison, they're like, fuck that, I'm never doing that again, and they change their life. But a lot of people are in prison. This is sociology. This is a big part of sociology, of a lot of people are in prison for especially in the US, for things like poverty crimes. Things that they had to do to survive because they did not have the resources that they needed to survive. And it just so happens that those things that they had to do to survive are considered illegal.
It reminds me of like Aladdin trying to just steal bread.
Literally Aladdin, guys. Come on.
Or like Les Mis. Just going into slavery because you stole bread. Like
exactly. And I mean, in Les Mis, he was a changed man after. But he was never an evil man to begin with, because he just stole a loaf of bread to survive. So
it's a tough subject.
It's a really, there's so much about this subject.
It's also a very tense subject because a lot of people have been through the prison system, and then they might hear us and be like, "Oh, that's not true at all."
And like, I don't know shit.
Exactly.
I'm just speaking on
dick about shit. Okay.
I'm just speaking on the information that I've learned, the studies that I've seen on like in sociology classes on recidivism and what needs to happen in the prison system, especially in the US. Also, like,
I know there's a lot of
the race inequalities in the prison system are insane.
Something that does also get me is like when people were arrested for smoking weed or something, and then it became legalized and they're still in there. That really messes with me, because I'm like, it's not a crime anymore. Like, why are they still there, you know?
You know what I saw? This sent me into a whole like rabbit hole on the death penalty. And I was looking at all the different states and like their different ways that they do executions, and that horrified me. But also one thing that contributes, there was like a big long list of all the things that can make a capital punishment, like that can qualify someone for capital punishment, basically. And one of the things was like aggravation associated with murder, I think, or like with other things, other charges, something like that. The list of what makes a crime aggravated, there was a lot of things that made a lot of sense, but there was also one thing that said if the person has prior drug convictions, it can automatically make, or it can be an argument for
the prosecution,
their current crime that they're being prosecuted for, to be considered aggravated.
Interesting.
Which is insane, because that also targets lower income demographics and non-white demographics. So it's just little things that you notice when you're researching things like that, where you're like this doesn't seem right, or like
Right.
the reasoning for why this thing is in place like seems a little suspicious, and
Right.
something's going on here.
It's because America is racist.
Yes, America is racist, and like there's just so
Yeah.
anyway,
The government is racist.
back to
allegedly. Don't
humane
kill us.
prisons. So there's a really interesting video about this prison in Norway called How Norway Designed a More Humane Prison, which is like where I got all this information from. So if you're interested in watching it, definitely do. It's like 10 minutes long. It's great.
Ooh.
But basically the blueprint for these more humane prisons is like a list of features. So having a smaller prison in general,
Oh.
much easier to not control, but like, yeah, control.
Yeah.
Things are going to get out of hand a lot
To
less.
run and
Yes.
Yeah.
Better relationships between inmates and staff, higher levels of trust and respect between them, better quality of life, so like good food, a clean environment, personal space, visitors, access to nature is a huge one, personal freedom where it's appropriate. Emphasis on guards helping with rehabilitation, so like having them trained in social work, not aggression and punishment. Also a normality principle, which means like making prison life resemble the outside community as much as possible, with this idea of like one day you will be back in society, and this is what life will be like you need to continue with this life, because so many times people will leave prison after 15 years. That was their life for 15 years, and they don't have anything to do.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do to like adjust so fast to the new society.
Have a job, they don't have people, they don't have somewhere to stay. Like it is a totally different life, and then it's like, why would I want to stay out here when I have people that care about me in there? Or
it's eventually go back into the
crazy.
system. And
so that's mostly all I have for today.
Okay.
A quick homework for listeners. I guess we can add watch Lost.
Watch Lost. At least start Lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, if you're interested in learning more about power dynamics specifically in prisons, you can check out Unlocked, a Jail Experiment on Netflix.
Okay, I've seen that. I haven't watched it, but I've seen that on Netflix.
I think I watched a couple episodes. I never finished it. I had something else I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
But it's a documentary series that takes place in a prison where they unlock the cells and remove the guards as a sort of like social experiment to see what would happen. I know there's a lot. I was looking into it a little bit, and there's like a lot of heavy stuff that happens. So it's like, if you're not in the place to really truly explore what a prison might be like, then like maybe don't watch it.
If it's a documentary, aren't there cameras?
Well, yes, they have cameras, but they're not going to get in trouble for anything.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You know, they just like, the guards are on vacation, or they're like watching, I think. I don't remember. Maybe the guards are watching from afar, but they're not getting in trouble for anything.
Wow,
basically.
that's crazy.
And so they have to like Lord of the Flies, like govern themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like remember, it's a TV show, and it's not necessarily representative of all of what prison is like, because even in the US there's like a huge range of what prison is like, and there are different laws, state laws that require certain things, and like, and I don't know shit. Like, it's such a like, again, society is so cut off from the prison system that like we don't truly know what it's like unless we've been there. Like, and so we need to listen to the people that have been there and their stories, and there's how we can change it.
There's this TikToker, I don't know her name, but she comes up on my For You page every once in a while, and she's been to prison before. She does these like skits on like what happens if you're a vegetarian, and then they sometimes have vegetarian meals, but sometimes not. You just have to eat around it or something. Or like what happens when you get your period in jail and stuff like that.
Seen her. Was she like showing like different recipes that they did, or like how they did makeup and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that's the same girl. And her videos are really interesting, because I'm like, oh my god, you have to like,
it's a whole different world.
It's a whole world. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. So if you're interested in diving further into the prison system and this like social factors within it, that could be interesting. But that's all I have for today.
Cool. I loved it. It was really interesting.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So remember all this information for 2 weeks from now.
Oh. I think I
We
will.
are
I think I will.
Not going to talk about prison. I didn't intend to talk about prison very much. Like,
yeah.
But
my questions kept coming up though.
But also like I wrote a lot about it, but like I went into this just wanting to talk about the philosophy of the Panopticon, but it's
just
an important
right there,
like
and
connection.
Yeah, exactly.
To understand how the Panopticon effect works in real life. And so that will be important, but not as like dramatic when we talk about reality TV in that sense. Yeah. Because obviously
it's a different type.
Does not truly affect people's lives as much.
Yeah, and it's a different type of power. It's a different type of power dynamic. And so, but this is a great way to understand that concept from where the philosophers saw it and all of that. So where it came from.
Being watched by someone that you can't see.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Don't forget to send us your stories at thesocraticsisters
at
gmail.com. You can also find that in our link tree on Instagram.
And it's always in the description. All of our socials are always in the description of wherever you're watching or listening.
Perfect.
You can follow us wherever you want. Watch on YouTube, listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, fucking everywhere.
Anything where you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.